Most people spend 40 years working, only to spend the last 20 worrying about money. Here's the hard truth. Retirement isn't guaranteed, and definitely not comfortable unless you plan for it early, smartly, and aggressively. But what if you could get advice from people who've already won the wealth game? Not theories, not hype. Real principles from investors worth millions and billions. This video is a collection of the best retirement advice from legends like Warren Buffett, Jack Bogle, Ray Dalio, and others who didn't just retire, they built wealth that outlived them. You'll learn why most people retire broke, what the wealthy do differently, and 7 timeless principles that will change how you plan, invest, and prepare for the life you want after work. Even if you're starting late, even if you feel behind, even if you've made mistakes, this advice works because it's designed for the long haul. This isn't about retiring old. This is about retiring free, with money, time, and peace of mind. Because the truth is, retirement isn't an age, it's a number, a strategy, and a mindset. And by the end, you'll have a clear, battle-tested roadmap to start building toward your freedom, starting today. Let's dive in. Here's a scary stat. The average American has less than $90,000 saved for retirement. And if you remove high earners from that group, the number drops closer to $35,000. That's not a retirement plan. That's a ticking time bomb. Millions of people are heading into retirement with more questions than answers. Will I have enough to last? What if I outlive my money? What happens if the market crashes again? And the reason is simple. Most people were never taught how to actually retire. They followed the usual script. Go to school, get a job, save a little, and hope Social Security fills the gaps. But hope is not a strategy. Especially when inflation eats your savings, healthcare costs keep climbing, and pensions are a thing of the past. Meanwhile, successful investors play a totally different game. They plan for cash flow, not just savings. They prioritize owning assets, not just cutting expenses. They create flexible plans that survive market chaos. Most people don't fail retirement because they're lazy. They fail because they were given the wrong playbook. They were told to save, but never told how to grow that savings. Told to avoid debt, but never taught how to use credit as leverage. Told to retire at 65, but never shown how to retire smart, not just on time. That's why this video matters. Because if you're going to live 20, 30, even 40 years after retirement, you need more than a budget. You need a plan that builds wealth, lasts long, and grows with you. Let's get into how the wealthy actually do it. If you only remember one piece of retirement advice from this entire video, let it be this. Start early. Compound everything. Never stop. Warren Buffett once said, "My wealth has come from a combination of living in America, some lucky genes, and compound interest." He wasn't joking. Buffett bought his first stock at age 11. By 30, he was financially free. But here's the crazy part. Over 90% of his wealth came after his 65th birthday. That's compounding in action. Let's break it down. If you invest $300 a month starting at 25 with a 7% return, you'll have over $1 million by 65. Start just 10 years later at 35, you'll only have $540,000. That delay cost you nearly $500,000 just from waiting. And if you wait until 45, you'll end up with less than $250,000. That's a $750,000 difference for the same monthly investment. This is why wealthy investors don't wait for perfect timing. They focus on time in the market, not timing the market. You don't need to be an expert, you just need to start. Early investing does the heavy lifting for you. If you're 20 or 30, this is your moment to build unstoppable momentum. If you're 40 or 50, you don't have time to waste. Every month matters now. The longer you wait, the more expensive waiting becomes. Compound interest is either your best friend or your worst enemy, depending on when you start. So start now. Let time work for you, not against you. Most people think saving money is enough, but the wealthy know a secret. You don't save your way to retirement, you invest your way there. Saving is step 1. But if your money just sits in a bank, it's losing value every year. Inflation quietly eats away at your future. That's why wealthy investors don't just save, they own productive assets. Warren Buffett puts it simply: the best investment you can make is in a productive asset that continues to earn and grow. So, what are productive assets? Stocks, small pieces of businesses that grow and pay dividends. Real estate, rental properties that generate income and appreciate over time. Your own business, something that earns money even when you're not working. Index funds or ETFs, diversified baskets of the global market that build wealth over decades. The key word? Ownership. Every dollar you earn should eventually be turned into something that earns on its own. You want your money to have a job, one that works 24/7, never takes breaks, and compounds quietly in the background. Wealthy people don't just save money, they build money machines. And they do it with discipline. Automating investments, reinvesting dividends, focusing on long-term performance, not short-term hype. You don't need to be rich to start. You just need to stop sitting on your money and start planting it in vehicles that grow. Because the true path to retirement isn't just about how much you save, it's about what your money owns. One of the sneakiest threats to retirement is something that doesn't feel like a threat at all: lifestyle creep. Here's how it happens. You start making more money, and before you know it, you're spending more money. New phone, better car, bigger house, fancy dinners, first-class vacations. But what doesn't increase? Your investments. You feel richer, but you're actually planting fewer seeds for the future. You're building a lifestyle, not wealth. Smart investors know that wealth is what you don't see. It's not in your watch. It's in the assets you bought instead of the watch. It's the compound interest working quietly while others are showing off loudly. Morgan Housel nailed it. Spending money to show people how much money you have is the fastest way to have less money. Wealthy people let their investments dictate their lifestyle, not the other way around. They don't increase spending with every raise. They let their investments mature first. Then they upgrade life on their terms, not because of social pressure or emotional spending. When they ask, "Can I afford this?" they follow it up with, "What's the long-term cost of this decision?" And most importantly, they understand. Discipline now, freedom later. If your income goes up and your expenses follow, you're just running faster on the same treadmill. But if your income rises and your savings rate rises faster, you're building real freedom. Avoiding lifestyle creep doesn't mean living cheap. It means choosing financial independence over temporary flexes. Because when you reach retirement, it won't matter how cool your car was. What'll matter is how free you are. If there's one rule nearly every successful investor agrees on, it's this: stop trying to time the market. Warren Buffett, Jack Bogle, Ray Dalio, all of them say the same thing. You can't outsmart the market consistently, but you can outlast it. The average investor underperforms the market, not because of bad investments, but because of bad behavior. Fear and greed lead to poor timing decisions. Buy high, sell low. Jack Bogle, founder of Vanguard, famously said, "Stay the course. Don't let short-term swings shake your long-term goals." Trying to jump in and out of the market isn't a strategy. It's a gamble. And even the best hedge funds get it wrong. A study by JP Morgan found that missing the 10 best days in the S&P 500 over 20 years would have cut your returns in half. And here's the kicker. 6 of those 10 best days happened within 2 weeks of the worst ones. Translation? If you panic and pull out during a crash, you miss the recovery too. Successful investors know this. That's why they invest automatically, no matter the news. Stick to long-term strategies. Focus on decades, not days. They don't check their portfolio every morning. They check their discipline. Timing the market feels smart in the moment, but over a lifetime, consistency crushes cleverness. So set a strategy. Automate your investing. Tune out the noise. Because your greatest investing edge isn't predicting the future. It's staying in the game long enough to let the odds work in your favor. Most people see a market crash and think, "I'm going to lose everything." But successful investors, they think, everything's on sale. Warren Buffett has one of the most famous quotes in investing: "Be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful." When do people panic? During downturns. That's exactly when the wealthy get aggressive. Market crashes aren't the end. They're the beginning of once-in-a-decade buying opportunities. Every major dip in history has led to a recovery. And those who bought during the bloodbath, they built serious wealth. Consider this. If you bought during the 2008 crash, you'd have tripled your investment by 2020. During COVID's 2020 drop, the market fell 30%, then bounced back 60% in just a few months. After the dot-com bust, those who stayed invested saw massive gains in the following years. Downturns feel scary, but if you stay calm and keep buying, you actually turn volatility into fuel. Wealthy investors prepare for crashes like clockwork. They keep cash reserves ready for moments of panic. Stick to preset buying plans, not emotions. Understand that the real money is made in the down cycles, not the up ones. This is where dollar-cost averaging shines. Investing a fixed amount consistently so you buy more when prices are low. Over time, your cost basis drops and your returns explode. So the next time the market tanks, don't freeze. Zoom out, stay calm, and keep building. Because when prices crash, wealth goes on clearance. Here's something most retirement plans ignore. You might live a lot longer than you think. Medical advances, better nutrition, and improved lifestyles mean it's becoming common to live well into your 90s, or even past 100. That's great news, unless your money runs out at 75. Too many retirement plans are based on outdated life expectancy data. Back then, if you hit 80, you were considered lucky. Today, that's just the beginning of your third act. Retiring at 65 and living until 95 means 30 years without a paycheck. That's not a short break, that's an entire career's worth of life you still have to fund. The number one fear among retirees isn't boredom, it's running out of money. And the only way to avoid that is to plan like you'll live longer than expected. Here's what successful investors do. They build diverse income streams that keep paying for decades. They own growth-oriented assets that beat inflation, not just safe ones. They factor in healthcare costs, which rise sharply with age. They consider annuity ladders or retirement funds that provide guaranteed lifetime income. They don't spend big in their 60s and hope for the best. They pace themselves. Longevity planning is about protecting future you. It's about making sure 85-year-old you doesn't need to move back in with your kids or sell off assets in desperation. Live long, but live smart. Because your golden years should be filled with freedom, not fear. Most people obsess over hitting a magic number, 1 million, 2 million, maybe more. But here's the truth. Retirement isn't just about how much you've saved, it's about how you want to live. The best investors don't retire from work. They retire to something, a purpose, a rhythm, a lifestyle they've thought through and built intentionally. Because money is only fuel. Purpose is the engine. So ask yourself, what does a perfect retirement day look like? Are you waking up late or early, traveling or gardening? Are you in the city, the beach, or somewhere quiet in the woods? Do you want to volunteer, mentor, or just enjoy peace? And how much does that life actually cost? A lot of people aim for $2 million, but they've never run the numbers. You might need less, or you might need more, depending on the life you want to live. That's why the best investors reverse engineer retirement. They don't ask, how much do I need? They ask, what kind of life do I want, and what does it cost per year to live it? Then they build their investment plan to match that lifestyle, not guess at it blindly, and they keep checking in. Because lifestyle evolves. What you want at 40 may shift by 60. So plan for the real target, freedom and fulfillment, not just fat stacks. Because retiring isn't about stopping work. It's about stopping what you don't love and finally choosing what lights you up. Let's be real, retirement isn't just a future goal, it's a financial lifestyle strategy you start building now. Here are the 7 principles from the world's most successful investors. Start early, compound hard, time is your biggest multiplier. Own productive assets. Your dollars should be employees. Avoid lifestyle creep. Wealth is what you keep, not what you flash. Don't time the market. Stay in, stay consistent, trust the process. Use downturns to buy. Panic is temporary, but discounts are powerful. Plan for longevity. Think 30+ years of income, not 10. Design a lifestyle, don't chase a number, build a life that excites you. These aren't tips, they're rules of wealth. And they don't just build retirement, they build freedom. So here's your next move. Pick one principle you're not applying yet. And start today, not tomorrow, not next month, now. Because retirement isn't a finish line. It's the reward for decades of smart, intentional moves, and you're in control of every one of them. If this video helps shift your mindset, hit like, drop a comment, and subscribe for more smart money strategies. Your future self is counting on you. Make them proud, starting now.